Dear colleagues, first of all, I'd like to express my appreciation to the organizer, Dr. Liu, and his team from the Harbin Engineering University, joined with SESU to host this forum. I'm very grateful for your invitation. After Dr. King's speech, I think we have some similarity on my presentation, but I'd like to explain or introduce my university a little bit. The picture you saw is a 75 million stadium with a huge complex, which is the biggest construction work we ever done in our history. And this is the university located. And since we are just located besides the national park, we have many varieties of trees and flowers. And that's why we emphasize on the development parts. And also, we call ourselves Chinese Cultural University. That's why we inherited a lot of Chinese history. And this is a rainbow, it's a double rainbow across the campus. You're very welcome to visit us at that time. And this is when crowd comes in, it's like people will say this is a very unusual scene, but it's actually quite usual for us. And another shot, as you can see, there's a Taipei 101, the tallest building at the moment. On the right-hand side, about 3 o'clock direction, that's the 101 in Taipei. And this is a view from our university. We call the mountain Guanyin Mountain. As you can see, it's the profile of the head of the Buddha named Guanyin. So for those of you who can see, look like Guanyin, you have the luck to visit the place. Okay, I have to admit that for us, most of us in this room will all agree on how important the sport or physical education are important to the university. But somehow not all our colleagues back home are agree on this idea. That's why sometimes we have to explain why we have to do this, or why we should follow some rules. So my confession is, I was too ambitious. I was trying to look at it from motivation and self-determination perspective view, which is quite not easy in many ways. That takes me maybe one full semester to study and explain more. So in order to save some energy for both you and me, I like to get some...
Now, Slovenia into this context, we have at the world level FISU. We spoke a lot about FISU because also the main organizer of this events at the moment. And on the other hand, the European University Sports Association, which I presented before. And as a part of this European University Sports Association is also the Slovenian University Sports Association, which is very active at the moment in preparing the Winter University in Slovenia, together with the government, the municipality, and the university, of course. And in that context, of course, also University of Maribor plays its role. So maybe just shortly about the national organization in Slovenia. We have two ministries. The first one for education and sport, and the other one for higher education, science and technology. And it's maybe sometimes it could be a bit confusing because we are speaking about education and on the other hand about higher education. But this higher education system is actually the organization of all universities. We have 3 main universities in Slovenia. It's in Maribor, in Ljubljana, the capital, and the coast, University of Primorska. And on the other hand, this public level with Bureau of Sports and Slovenian University Sports Association with university sports associations at all the universities. So let me present our university. I will also start with the same map you already showed it before. So I would not like to argue about the part of Europe, but I mean, yeah, it's beating here if you look at the plan, but anyways, I agree with you. It could be a different places. So it's our location, so it's a very small country in Europe, and Maribor is located in is part of Slovenia. So University of Maribor is rather a new university, established quite late in 1975. Some higher education institutions were established already before, but as university, it has been established, as I told you, in 1975. So, just shortly, it's a university with around 25,000 students, and so the second largest, the largest is in Ljubljana with 55,000 students, quite a large one, but that is mainly for what we have in Slovenia, so we have around 100,000 students. We are only 2 million, so in comparison to inhabitants in HARBIN, it's nothing. So anyway, so we have 16 faculties. We usually speak about the complete university because we have business, mechanical engineering, and medicine, so on. So more or less everything. So it's also interesting that our university is like regional university, being not only located in Maribor, but also in some other places in Slovenia, where I think it's reasonable because it's a small country and we would like to cover the regions. Yes, it's just enrollment. I told you before that we have altogether around 25,000 students. What is very important for us is also the international mobility. Slovenia is a small country, and we would like to enhance our programs for mobility of students and teaching staff. And here you see some data how this rises. So the mobility is really very high in the last years. So here the countries, mainly of course in Europe, because we use this mobility schemes like Erasmus and so on. Let me now switch to the university sport at the University of Maribor, which is actually the main topic here. I would like to emphasize that the sport activities concern not only regular sports education for all students, but also some extra curricular interest sports activities which are organized for students. Then are league and championship competitions and sports events, and also sports and recreation for university employee. So the situation of sport as a subject at our university is the following. We had actually a regular subject, obligatory subject at our university before, with approximately 4 sport teachers, and it was really well organized. It was organized as a regular subject, as I said, but now it is a little bit different situation. We are also facing this Bologna process, and the programs are changed. So at the moment we have still 12 teachers, but on the other hand we have double size of students, and due to the changes in study programs, we do not have sport, this physical education, as a regular subject anymore, but we have a subject which can be chosen by the students. Why we decided to have sports as a subject? Because we think it's very important, and it was traditionally a part of university curriculum. We had to find, of course, the financial sources for realizing this, and in lump sum financing, which allows up to 3% of the total budget for study activities, we realize this university sport. And we have sports as a subject because we think that these regular sport activities have positive effects for healthy of students, a healthy life, and on the other hand, also savings for state healthcare system. That was actually our justification of how to use these funds for university sport. We decided to have as elective subject. That was another possibility in the new system, actually. So we could decide it also as obligatory subject, but it would be much more difficult. But what I think it's important is that it is included in all study programs. There's no study program at a university in Maribor which would not have sport as a subject in the program, and the subject is also evaluated with credit points. We decided to give 3 credit points, which are evaluated regular as all points are. I hope you are familiar with this credit system that we have in Europe at the moment, and also some other details. What does it mean? This 3 credit points with 25 hours of workload and so on and so on. So the basic and the main idea is that we have sport as a subject, and it is evaluated by credit points. I would not like to go into the details how it's organized, but we decided to have 4 modules. Of course, giving the opportunity for the students to decide which model they choose, of course, in accordance with their interest. So, ECTS for sport is a credit points. I will not like go into the details. This is this Bologna process with 10% of free choice and so on. And what I think it's important how to evaluate this, I think it should be, and it will be, and it is, included in the diploma supplement. I think it's even more important that it's not only the information at the end of the story at the university that I finished this in this program, but it's even more important how I did it, what I did during my study, what I did, and what competences I have at the end when I finish again the program. So this is the diploma supplement, and maybe just an idea about that. What does it mean? It's a supplement to the diploma in the end, which describes my activities, what I did. So the vision is, of course, to have joint program and profession, that the profession needs actually the student aspiration, and to have an even higher quality and a lower cost, of course, because we are always considering the problems with finances. And what you would also like to do is a greater offer of different sport arts, and we will remain the ECT points for university sport because we think it's new. So that's in short the situation in Slovenia in particular. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that presentation.